The future of Bennedict Mathurin with the Indiana Pacers is teetering on a knife's edge, and this pivotal decision could very well shape the team's destiny for years to come. Stick with us to see why it's sparking so much debate. As things currently stand, it looks more and more probable that the Indiana Pacers will allow Bennedict Mathurin to enter restricted free agency next summer. This means he could potentially land with squads like the Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, or Brooklyn Nets, where he'd likely step into the role of their primary scoring threat. Imagine a young star like him lighting up the scoreboard for a team hungry for offense. It's a scenario that's easy to picture. In a recent podcast episode from The Ringer, hosted by Zach Lowe and featuring The Athletic's Fred Katz, they delved into Mathurin's prospects as he approaches a crucial contract year. They didn't just speculate. They outright predicted that the Canadian talent won't secure the rookie-scale extension he's eligible for right now. On top of that, they highlighted several franchises that either have the financial wiggle room or could free up space to offer Mathurin a blockbuster contract next year, thrusting him into a starring position. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this really be the best move for Mathurin, or is he better off staying put? Mathurin's long-term outlook with the Pacers remains shrouded in uncertainty. The 23-year-old is gearing up for his fourth season in Indiana, and it's already poised to be the most critical chapter of his career so far. With Tyrese Haliburton's Achilles injury keeping him sidelined for the entire campaign, the Pacers are shaking things up. They're shifting Andrew Nembhard into the full-time point guard spot, and they're set to plug Mathurin in as the starting shooting guard. This setup gives the Arizona alumnus a golden chance to demonstrate his importance and convince the Pacers of his value, especially since his future with the team is still very much in question. There's plenty to admire about Mathurin in an Indiana uniform. He's an outstanding isolation scorer. Think of him as a player who can take the ball, create his own shot, and deliver in one-on-one situations. At just 23, he has immense potential for growth. Plus, he's performed admirably, whether starting or coming off the bench, stepping up repeatedly when the Pacers needed a hero, particularly during their recent playoff push. The team has shown they can contend with him in the mix, proving his contributions aren't just flash, they're foundational. However, locking in Mathurin to a new agreement, particularly one in the reported $20 to $30 million annual range he's aiming for, as noted by Jake Fisher of the Stein Line, would almost certainly push the Pacers into the luxury tax territory. For those new to NBA finances, the luxury tax is like a penalty fee teams pay when they exceed the salary cap, discouraging overspending and ensuring competitive balance. Pacers have made it clear they prefer to steer clear of this, as evidenced by their spending choices this summer, and this is the part most people miss. While Mathurin possesses the skills to become an elite player, he doesn't mesh perfectly with Indiana's offensive style. The Pacers thrive on a fast-paced, ball-sharing approach that keeps defenses scrambling. Mathurin's strength, though, lies in his ability to isolate and drive to the basket, which can sometimes bog down that tempo. He's incredibly effective at it, but it clashes with how the Pacers want to operate, making it less than ideal. Because of this mismatch, parting ways with Mathurin is a realistic option, especially with other teams eager to acquire a scorer of his caliber who can produce at will. The upcoming season presents a prime opportunity for Mathurin to solidify his place in Indiana by fully embracing their system and showing strides on the defensive end. In the end, Mathurin is a remarkable talent, and it would be smart for the Pacers to retain him as long as they can. That said, the cost might prove too steep, and they could decide the risk of losing him in free agency next summer is one they're willing to accept. What do you think? Should the Pacers pay up to keep Mathurin, or is letting him walk a savvy business move? And here's a controversial twist. Some argue that Mathurin's ISO-heavy style could actually evolve to fit faster offenses with the right coaching, potentially making him a superstar anywhere. Do you agree or disagree? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take.